Good morning, fam. I'm going to start my podcast a little bit different now since most of y'all come on the YouTube. I'm not sure if y'all listen to this on Apple or not, but happy Tuesday, podcast day for me. Let me go ahead and get myself live on Instagram. Been changing the format of how I'm doing things. I am live now. Good morning, Instagram fam. All right, let's get after it, guys. Welcome back to Fit Body Secrets. My mission is to bring y'all inspiration, motivation, and a ton of tips to help y'all on your fitness and your fat loss journey. And today we're talking fat loss, how to lose 10 to 20 pounds this spring. Man, can we just reflect that 8 weeks ago, y'all were putting away your Christmas trees and your Hanukkah decorations and all of your New Year's stuff. And we were starting a brand new year, and it's already March 1st. Like, time is so quick to go by. And so, as I say that, you might be thinking summer is so far away, when in reality, it's 12 weeks away. So, if you think about how fast the last 8 weeks went, think about how quickly the next 12 weeks is going to go. And then before you know it, it's going to be fall again. And then before you know it, you're going to be trying to figure out how to navigate the holidays. Our life goes by so quickly. And it's why it's so important to realize that as I'm talking about fitness, fat loss goals, that you guys are really looking at, these are lifestyle changes. If you are unhappy with how you look and how you feel, that means that something needs to change permanently. However, temporarily, there might be some more uncomfortable things that you have to do to make things happen for you. And that is what we're going to be talking about today, because I want to be able to help you guys get yourself ready for the summer season when all the clothes that you've been hiding your body under over the winter season are coming off. And you're like, I have to be in a bathing suit. I have to be in photos again. I don't know that I want to be on vacation and wearing my swimsuit right now. So my goal today is to give you guys some things to consider and hopefully give you some direction and also fill you in on a couple of very exciting things coming up that you guys can all be a part of. So if anything that I'm talking about today sparks questions for you and you're watching live either on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Instagram, I am the famous multitasker. I will be able to kind of go back and look at everybody. But if you just want to say hello, that's okay too. I'm looking at my Instagram right now, and I'm also going to go back to my YouTube and my Facebook. It's funny that I have to have, and all I have is a laptop. I'm not the kind of person that's got fancy screens. Y'all are looking at my kitchen and my bare bones house because, well, I'm the girl that has decision fatigue. So I bought my house at the end of 2023, and I'm still figuring out what kind of furniture I want to buy. Yep. So, and because it's just me, as long as I have a place to sit and eat my food and a place to sit my ass on the couch, I'm happy. So, obviously, when people come over, they're probably like, wow, your house is so clean. I'm like, well, that's because it's pretty easy to keep clean. Not a lot of stuff hiding, except for in my office, which is still a work in progress. I made this mistake at the beginning of this year of like, I'm going to redo my office and make it a cool podcast studio. And now it's a complete disaster. So when I actually get the time, which I just don't have right now to put into that, it will get done. But right now, I got more important things going on. I am full of just life right now. I've got so many good things on the horizon. I'm busy every day, and I really wouldn't have it any other day. There are days where I'm like, oh my God, if I just had a moment, but I'm so excited to do what I do and to be able to I've had more people reaching out to me this year than ever before. So hopefully that means that y'all are realizing that. It's funny because I was thinking about this yesterday. On my social media, a lot of people, I think for so long, I was a CrossFit athlete. That's what people know me as. But, my history is I've been a nutritionist and a CrossFit coach for as long as I can remember. And that's really what I do full time. My hobby is training. My hobby is that. It's what I do and I love it. But today I want to give y'all some tips. So let's get into it. As I was mentioning a little bit about the speed that time goes by, right? Like I said, just a couple of weeks ago, it was putting away the Christmas tree. In a few weeks from now, we're going to be getting ready for summertime, summer break. People get so hyper focused on the speed of results. And I am going to talk to you guys today about how to get the fastest results. But if you're always looking at like, oh, well, I'm supposed to lose 1 to 2 pounds every single week, or I'm not seeing the scale go down every single day, you're going to get so hung up on the results and not give the effort that you need to enough time to actually see the results. So when I think back to when I had to lose weight, when I finally decided like I'm going to do this the right way, I didn't even weigh myself for probably 3 or 4 weeks. I actually just like one day was like, you know what? That's it. I'm ripping the Band-Aid off. I am doing this thing. And I went all in on it. And this was back in 2014, the end of 2014. And I went all in on it. And I didn't weigh myself. I just stuck to the plan. And there was days where I'm like, man, this is when I normally used to eat, but I'm actually going to wait a little bit. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. I'm going to try and space my calories out more. I had to be more mindful of things. It was uncomfortable, but I got used to it. And as the results started coming, that's when I started to get on the scale. And it was actually the same, very, very same thing when I started my very first fat loss phase when I was 19 years old. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start working out and eating healthier. And I didn't measure anything until I felt like I needed to. I felt like my clothes were kind of fitting the same again, and I wanted to see what was going on. And that's when I made the next changes. So first thing here is to give you guys just an opportunity to realize that you can be focused on the scale, but not be attached to an outcome of it every single day. And instead, think about your effort every single day being on the actions. All right. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And the majority of these action steps are things that you should already be doing on a daily basis, regardless of if your goals are fat loss or if they are maintenance or if you're trying to build muscle. However, some of them you might be taking to the next level in order to speed up your results. Okay. So let's get into it. I got 10 things I wrote down because I like the number 10. And I actually think I actually have 11. So I put 10 plus 1. I think I'm a little OCD with numbers. I know I'm a little OCD with numbers. It's probably why macros works well for me. But no, I'm like, even with my CrossFit workouts, if the rep scheme doesn't make sense, like if you did me like a 21, 15, 10, I'd be like, no. It's 21, 15, 9. That's the way it goes. Or if it's like 3 rounds of like a 16 calorie row, 20 GHGs and 10 pull-ups, or 10 pull-ups. Like, I'm just thinking about random workout, but that 16, it don't fit. You need to give me a different number. It's got to be an even number. Doesn't make any sense. All right. So going into this, let's get after it. Number 1, and this is in no particular order. This is kind of where my mind was at when I was thinking about it. The first thing y'all should be doing, if you are looking to lose fat as fast as possible, okay, you're looking to kind of take the next 12 to 16 weeks really seriously, I would make sure that you are working out 5 to 6 days a week. I'm going to get a lot of hate from that in the nutrition coaching space because you get a lot of people like, you only have to work out 3 days a week. Well, sure, that is true. I think that 3 days a week is enough for maintenance. And if you are just starting out and you're not working out 3 days a week, then starting to work out 3 days a week is probably going to be enough. But if you're working out 3 days a week and you've been working out 3 days a week for the last 1, 2, 5 years, like you might want to pick it up a little bit. Okay. You get the best benefits from most programming, especially in CrossFit, if you are going 4 to 6 days a week. And most smart gyms are programming in a way where 2 of those days are a little bit lower intensity, more aerobic focus or skill focus, so that you're not burning out. Okay. You shouldn't be going super hard. I'm not saying to go 6 days in the gym for 3-hour sessions and killing yourself and crushing yourself all the time. I'm saying you should be moving your body every single day. CrossFit in particular was designed to be a program that is done 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off. But for most of us, that is kind of morphed into 3 days on, 1 day off, or a fake rest day, and then 2 days on, and then 1 day rest day, or something along those lines. But you should be working out 5 to 6 days a week. Okay. That's going to get you the best benefit. You're going to be continuing to give your body the signals that you're lifting weights. If you're strength training, you're going to be burning more calories in your workouts. That's going to make fat loss a little bit easier. Okay. So you should be working out consistently. Now, your workouts don't have to always be in the gym. Like a workout one day, if you're tired, can be, I'm going to go for a 30 to 60 minute walk. Like that's also okay. Or going for a light jog or getting on a bike or doing some yoga. But you should be moving your body on a daily, which is the next thing I'm going to put on here is number 2. We're going to shift right into it. I would be walking 8 to 12K steps a day. And if you want to make it a little bit easier, the higher on the step range you are, the easier it's going to be again. When it comes to fat loss, okay, you've got two sides of the equation. Most of you guys only ever focus on the diet. I've got to cut out this, I've got to cut out that, I've got to do all these things, which honestly is effective if you can maintain the lower calories and the restriction. But sometimes it's also just as effective to just increase your exercise activity or your non-exercise activity, which I'll be honest, intentional walking is not really non-exercise activity. It's actually working out. It's just not intense. Okay. But you can also not even think about adding in extra walks. Like, I get this too. I don't have time to be taking an hour-long walk and getting my steps in. Well, your steps aren't just about walking. It's like, are you sitting all day? So right now I'm standing up. Okay. I'm standing up on my makeshift desk that I would show you guys, but I'm not going to show you guys right now. Maybe I'll post it on Instagram later. But I also, when I am sitting, because I do sit, every 60 to 90 minutes, my body tells me I got to get up and move. I just feel it. I'm like, I got to get up and move a little bit. So I'll get up, I'll go to the bathroom, I'll grab some water, funny it up, right? Go pee, and then let's rehydrate so we have to pee again. I'll get up and move around a little bit. So you got to be moving around throughout your day. That's how you're going to increase more energy expenditure. People that move more are going to have an easier time losing weight. You are going to become more insulin sensitive because you are giving your body signals that there is a reason to be burning the calories that you're consuming. Your body will start to burn more calories. Number 3, this one's going to be a hard one, especially if you are a macro tracker or even if you're following any kind of a diet, but mostly for my macro trackers. You got to limit your eating out. This is for anybody, but you got to limit your eating out. If you're eating out all the time, okay, and you're making bad choices while you're eating out, it's going to negatively impact your results. Okay, so you want to have more control over what's going in. That means that you should be eating out as little as possible. And I'm talking, this is me telling you how to get the fastest results. Okay, most of my clients for a moderate fat loss, usually 2 meals a week. If there's a third meal, usually we're looking at, I had to eat out a third time for convenience, but I chose the grilled chicken sandwich and a salad. Like, you're making it as easy as possible to identify the calories and the components of your food when you're eating out. Okay. If you're eating out all the time and you're wondering why you're not losing weight, go ahead and stop eating out. You'll probably drop 5 pounds. Like, just being 100% honest, because guess what? Chefs, they don't give a shit about your weight loss goals. They don't care. Even the ones that are cooking for you at home, they don't care. They want your food to taste good so that you will come back, so that you will give them more money. That's what you're paying them for. Okay. So you got to be able to take control over your food. That means limiting the amounts of added oils and butters and sauces and dressings and all the things that are going to have calories. Okay. Even some of the seasonings that restaurants will use on simple things are going to have calories in them. All right. So you want to make sure that you are limiting your eating out. If you are eating out, you are choosing the best case scenario foods the majority of the time. The only exceptions to this are when it's a celebration or it's entertainment, right? If you're going out for like a party or something like that and you're entertaining something, you should be able to enjoy that food and not be stressed about, oh my God, is this going to be like part of my diet plan? Like, that one meal isn't going to factor in or matter much. But if you have a lot of that stuff going on and you're always celebrating, well, that's a different story. Okay. So you got to be limiting your eating out. Number 4, talking about macro tracking. Okay. I would be weighing and tracking all of my food, regardless of what dietary protocol I am following. Y'all want to go on the carnivore plan? You want to go on the keto plan? You want to go on the fasting plan? You want to go on whatever plan you want to go on. You don't have to go on any of those plans. You can simply just track your food and understand the importance of calories and macronutrients and food quality. But you should be weighing and tracking your food. That gives you control over everything. When you know exactly how many calories you're taking in, because you've weighed them out and you've tracked everything, and you're not eating out, so you know that it's right. And you know how many calories and you know the macronutrient breakdown of those calories. If things aren't moving, guess what? It's not guessing. Maybe I should stop eating bread. Maybe I should cut out sugar. Maybe I should eat more protein. Maybe I should do this. It's none of those maybes. It's okay. This is the exact amount that I'm eating. I'm not seeing results. So I'm going to go ahead and drop 200 to 300 calories from that. which macros can I pull from and feel good? Or maybe I'm going back to what I was talking about before, which is maybe I'm just increasing my step count because I'm already hungry enough. I don't want to be any more hungry. Okay. But you should be weighing and tracking your food. If you are getting hungry, now you're like, man, I see what I'm doing wrong. I'm eating a lot of protein bars. They're taking up a lot of calories and they're not making me feel full. I can now make more high volume meals and see if that doesn't help me be more successful. Okay. If you're not weighing and tracking your food and you want to see fast results, you're leaving a lot of results on the table, plain and simple. Okay. You also can be a lot more flexible. This makes it a lot easier when you do have to eat convenient meals. You should be weighing and tracking your food. Number 5, as we go into weighing and tracking your food, I would be eating at a minimum my body weight in protein. Okay. Now, if you have a significant amount of weight to lose, I would not say that you have to eat that much protein. I would go with your goal weight or ideal body weight. And if you don't know where that is, this is where things like your BMI can play a factor to give you a better understanding of a healthy weight range. Okay. So it might be, like 5'4" female, somewhere between like 120 and 150 grams of protein. But I would be giving yourself at least 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein. And if you find yourself more hungry, I would probably go on the higher end because protein is more satiating. Okay. If you're not getting in your protein and you're not seeing results, I would start hitting your protein. Protein is the most thermogenic of all the macronutrients. It's going to preserve your lean muscle tissue. It's also going to make you feel more satiated. Your body needs it for its immune function, for your hair, skin, and nails. Like protein. And like I said, a lot of these things I'm saying are things you should be already doing for the most part. So you probably aren't going to have to change much if you truly do want to take your goals to the next level. Okay. When it comes to the balance of carbs and fats, I don't care what diet you're on, macronutrient balance is a piece of it. Some of them skew the balance in an extreme way. My recommendation is probably about 40 to 50% carbs and 20 to 30% fats of the remaining of your calorie intake, because that's going to give you more energy for your workouts, more volume in your food. It's a lot easier to switch to lower fat options than it is to remove a food from your plate, right? So if I have a plate of if I have a plate of steak, potato, butter, and asparagus, okay, I could totally just take the butter out and save 100 calories. I could change the steak to chicken and save another 200 calories, right? So there's things I can do that doesn't change the volume of my food. Okay, and it's also carbohydrates do burn more energy to break down than fat. So like, again, I'm giving you all the tools here to see the fastest results possible and to feel good in the process. Number 7, I'm already 7 in. I'm doing good. I would eat at least 30 grams of fiber a day. I cannot tell you how many people start working with me and they have like less than 10 grams of fiber in their diet. And they're like tracking macros and they're like, I don't know why I'm not seeing any results. Or why do I have to diet on so little calories? Because you're literally eating like barely enough fiber. Your body needs fiber. Fiber is going to pull excess estrogen out of your body. It's going to help with your digestive system. It's also thermogenic. Your body has to work harder to break it down. And fiber intake isn't all absorbed by the body. So when we talk about calories, all right, calories in, calories out, not all calories eaten are actually absorbed. Everybody's gut is going to absorb a different amount of calories. And this is where nutrient deficiencies can come in for some people because they don't absorb all of the nutrients from their food. That's why gut regularity is so important. So you got to be getting your fiber in and you got to know your sources of fiber. This is why carbohydrates are so important, but the right type of carbohydrates. If you have 150 to 200 grams of carbohydrates to work with over the course of the day, and you're filling them all with, chocolate and white rice and just nothing with fiber in it, you're not going to be getting your fiber. But if you switch those things to like whole grains, more fruits and potatoes and things like that, you're going to be getting more fiber in, you're going to feel more satiated, you're going to get faster results. Guys, and what I'm going through today is honestly these are the basic things that I talk to a lot of my clients about. Not all at once. I'm giving you all of them. And maybe it's going to sound overwhelming, but these are all the little things that we go into with my clients. Number 8. Ooh, a good one. Because I always forget this one. It's so important. And that's why I stacked it on after fiber, is water intake. Hydration, okay? Fat mobilization, fat oxidation requires fat mobilization. And hydration helps mobilize body fat, okay? So we need to be hydrating. Hydrating also helps flush things out of your body. You want to make sure you're getting some electrolytes. So if you're not getting a lot of fruits and vegetables, maybe supplementing with some electrolyte powder. But most people, bottom number for fat loss, 100 ounces of water plus a day. Okay. You should be drinking at least 100 ounces of water a day, no matter what size you are. If from there, it's case by case. And I count all fluids. Okay. So don't just think it has to be just water. Even count your coffee. I'm okay with that as long as all of your fluid isn't coming from coffee, which would be great. But yeah, any kind of, so if you're doing like aminos in a shaker bottle, that counts towards your fluids. If you're putting a little Crystal Light in your water, that's okay. Count all of your fluids, but make sure you're getting in enough fluids in your body. That was number 8. So number 9. All right. I love this one because it's really, really, really important for consistency and compliance. Finding replacements for high calorie foods and snacks. So one of the biggest problems that people face when they're trying to lose weight is you get cravings. You have specific foods that are like, man, I really love the way this tastes, and you don't want to give it up. And sometimes it might be fitting those things into a meal with more volume in a smaller amount. So like, for instance, if I had a whole crumble cookie, that could be like 700 calories. But if instead I'm like, I'm going to have a quarter of the cookie, but I'm going to add some Greek yogurt and some berries, now I could have a snack that has more fiber, more protein, and still have the crumble cookie. All right. But I'm also looking to make replacements for things. So if I'm like, I usually get a craving for like cookies. I'm a cookie girl. Okay. If I usually have like chocolate chip cookies for like an afternoon snack, not that that's a regular afternoon snack for anybody, but if it was, I love finding very similar textures and tastes for more volume. So I might instead do 2 whole grain waffles, get some fiber in, top it with a little bit of a powdered peanut butter spread, and put some dark chocolate chips on top. Is that going to be a chocolate chip cookie? Nope, it's not. Not going to be a chocolate chip cookie. I'm not going to lie to you, but it's going to give me a similar taste if I add a little maybe sugar-free syrup on top. And I'm probably going to feel more satiated because I had more volume. Okay. So I'm looking to find lower calorie, higher volume replacements for my higher calorie, more indulgent foods. And every once in a while, fitting those indulgent foods in. Number 10. Y'all are going to hate me for this one. Everybody's going to hate me for this one. Maybe not. All right. I'm just going to say it. I would severely limit, if not completely remove, alcohol from my diet. Yes. I know I'm going to get some hate for that one because a lot of people, they're willing to give up everything else, but they protect their wine or their couple of shots a week. Okay. I cannot tell you how many clients I have seen give up alcohol, and all of a sudden it's crazy. The weight starts moving like you wouldn't believe. And alcohol is, when we talk about toxins, okay, y'all can have your opinions on the artificial sweeteners I might have in my coffee or whatever, okay? Alcohol is a toxin, a known carcinogen. It is known to cause liver damage, cancer, all of these things, and it has been proven to do that. People die from alcoholism, okay? And I'm not saying that you're an alcoholic, okay? But I am making a clear point that if you want to see fast results, you should severely limit, if not remove, alcohol from your diet. It is hard to burn fat while you have alcohol in your system, and it takes a while for that alcohol to, it's slow metabolizers. It takes longer than fast metabolizers. If you are drinking alcohol, I would highly recommend doing more cardio to help burn through that more faster. Okay. It is a hormone disruptor. It literally, you want to break the frustration in your life, give it up. Give up the fucking drinks. Like, I'm going to be honest. Like, I do not drink. And I know that it's for some people, it's like their social life or whatever, but it's just not me. And I honestly, personally think that it's a bad habit. It's a bad habit. It's an opinion. I get it. And I think, like I said, some people can fit it in, but I think alcohol it's a bad habit. Why do you need it? You know, it's like, Why is that any different than drinking? It's a chemical that's altering your brain for you to feel a certain way. You know, like it's no different than any other substance abuse. So I personally think you should get rid of it. That's my opinion. So whether you like it or not, that's my opinion. And if you want to see fast results, that's what I would do. I would give it up. Okay. So just to kind of recap before I go into my bonus is number one, you're working out. You're working out 5 to 6 days a week. If you're not already working out 3 days a week, start there. You're getting your steps in, hitting 8 to 12K per day, not just by walking, just by moving throughout the day. Number 3, you're limiting your eating out. Number 4, you are tracking your food and using a food scale. No matter what diet protocol you're following, that's going to give you control. Number 5, you are eating your body weight or goal body weight in protein. Number 6, you have a balanced macronutrient split to keep your energy levels up for your workouts and also keep you satiated, somewhere between 20 and 30% fat, 40 and 50% carbs of your overall calories. You're getting enough fiber is number 7. You are drinking at least 100 ounces of water. You are finding replacements for your high calorie snacks. And I'm just recapping if you're just joining me. Number 10, you are limiting or removing alcohol from your diet. Okay. This is the key to getting fast results. I'm not saying that you have to do all of those things, but guess what? The people that do all of those things are the ones that are getting all of the results fast. That's just the way it is. I would say to figure out which of these things you need to focus on the most and really going all in on those things. And I made a post today. Okay. I had a client yesterday and she said, I'm really struggling. I think I'm just going to do the 75 hard. And I understand where that was coming from. A place of, I need something to just shock my system and make this big change. I says, why do you need to commit to taking a fucking photo every single day, drinking a gallon of water, reading 10 pages in a book, 45 minutes of cardio twice a day or working out twice a day, making all these commitments to yourself, right? Why don't you just commit to one thing? For the next 30 days, just don't skip a day of weighing and tracking your food, because that's one of the things she was struggling with. That's hard enough. Why are you going to make all of these other things so much harder? Like, let's just start with what matters most, because that's going to give her control. I also recommended cutting out alcohol because that's what's making it a little bit harder for her. So looking at all of those extremes, this is how you get results. You figure out the 1 or 2 things that are going to move the needle furthest for you. Okay. That's how you get quick results. And that's how you get sustainable results. You're not overwhelming yourself. I'm going to give you the bonus tip now. I'm like freaking on fire today. Y'all feel my energy? I don't even know. It's only Tuesday and I've only had 2 cups of coffee today, and that's all I ever have. All right. Coffee done. Bonus today. This is the most important thing that is going to make the process of losing fat this spring so much easier. Okay. You have got to know what your metabolic ceiling is. What is your maintenance calorie intake? What does the optimal macro split look like for you to get the most bang for your buck for your calories? If you know that, you can get away with more in your diet. I know that sounds crazy. I would much rather diet on more food than less food, because guess what? I have fat loss PTSD. I have been in your shoes. I know how uncomfortable it is to feel like you have to watch everything you're consuming and watching other people at the table eating all the things that they want to eat and feeling like, fuck, I'm on this diet and I can't because like there's too many calories in it. It sucks. Okay. So why not make it as easy as possible by understanding the importance of maximizing your calorie ceiling? All right. That is the most important thing. The last thing I'm going to end on here, and I'm going to make sure there's no questions. If you guys have questions, you guys can all feel free to put any questions out here, because I feel like I am here to answer questions too. Okay. Here is the final thing I'm going to talk about today as I'm getting ready to sign off, because I got a busy day today. I'm always busy, but I got a busy day today. I have a workshop, call it a workshop, call it a masterclass, call it whatever you want. I am doing a live event on March 20th. March 20th at 2 o'clock p.m. EST. Okay. This is free for everybody. All right. I am going to put it out there. You are all going to be given an opportunity at the end of this event for a 12-week program. I'm putting it out there. I'm not going to hide anything. If you come on, you're going to be told about a program that I am starting. It is brand new, and it is something that is going to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Cost effective. How about that? It's going to be a good deal. Going to be a good deal for anybody who is looking to take their goals seriously and get you probably down 10 to 20 pounds. And what I'm looking at is before July 1st. Okay. So like going into 4th of July weekend, you are going to be showing up, looking and feeling better than you have in a year, in 2 years, however long it's been for you. Okay. But this masterclass, live event, workshop, whatever you want to freaking call it, time with me, I'm going to be breaking down 3 very important principles so that while you guys are all of these things I touched on today, y'all are going to know about all that in this 12-week program. We're going to dive into those things, but you're going to understand how to actually troubleshoot why things aren't moving and how to actually break through plateaus and how to actually get results and how to actually stay consistent and committed. I'm going to be going over all of those things. All right. 3 main topics: the metabolic ceiling. Okay. We're going to be talking about using your metabolic switches. I know I've talked about these things on my podcast, and also preventing metabolic adaptation. Okay. These are the keys to getting you guys to see what fat loss looks like and how to make it work for you. And I'm going to be honest, when I started my fat loss journey, I didn't have fancy names for this shit. I just knew how to make it happen. And I'm applying that stuff to you guys as well. I'm applying to you guys what I've used with my clients over and over again. Whether you have hormone problems, all right? So if you got hormone stuff going on, you've got metabolic stuff going on, you've got insulin problems going on, you've got workouts you're trying to fuel, and you're freaking starving all the time. Whether you've got kids at home and you can't figure out how to make meals for yourself and make meals for the kids, whatever your problems are, like we are going to be diving into how to make this work for you. Okay. And then, as I said, there is going to be an opportunity that people that come on this live event are going to be given a discount for this program. Okay. This is one that you're not going to want to miss. It is going to be a limited amount of people because it's brand new. And hey, I'm only one coach and I want to be good enough for all of my people. All right. So my clients know I really try and be attentive to them. I want to be attentive to all of you guys. So I want you guys, if you guys have fat loss goals, whatever your goals are, whatever your fears are about going all in on your goals, I want you guys to come on this live event. And if you cannot be there, it's okay, because I'm also going to have a replay. However, I will say the live event is going to be fire. You're going to be able to ask questions. You're going to be able to talk to me about your specific problems. You know, you're going to have the opportunity to have a professional who has been in this field for a very long time help troubleshoot things for you. Okay, so I'm going to have the link to this in my show notes. If you're watching on Instagram, you will also see it on my stories. I will send it to you. If you just, send me a DM masterclass, and I'll send you the link. Whatever you guys need, just feel free. This is going to be an open opportunity for you to get the direction you need to be leaner for summer. Okay, leaner for summer, but not just for summer. We're going to continue this on to where you guys know exactly how to keep going beyond just 12 weeks. All right. Y'all have any questions? Fat loss related, CrossFit related. We just finished the first open workout. Life related. Everybody feeling good about their 25.1 score? Everybody checking the leaderboard? I do have a leaderboard. If you guys want to join my community leaderboard, just let me know. I created a hashtag. It's hashtag FitBodyRx, all one word. And y'all can join my leaderboard if you're on the games website. Obviously, if you're not registered for the open, you won't be able to do that. Any other questions? I don't have any questions today. Nothing. Y'all are leaving me hanging. I like answering questions. All right. Going once. Going twice. All right. Well, then I will see you guys all on, and I know as soon as I sign off here, somebody's going to have a question. I will see you guys all on Thursday or Friday morning, depending. Just depends on how crazy my schedule is on Thursday. For the open announcement, I'll be giving again some more tips. Hopefully, y'all liked my little announcement tips last week. But I'll give you guys whatever my thoughts are on 25.2 and hopefully give you guys some direction going into it. I guess I will see you all then. Talk to y'all later.